Hall. We've got a number of different guests with us here today, as we typically do. The Trials of Robin Hood coming up this weekend at the, right here at the City Hall. I'm going to start with Dan Morris, and then we're going to visit with Dave. In fact, Dave's sponsoring our show today. We appreciate that. Morrison Sun Seed. We got more people trailing in here. Well, what do you think, Dan? It's another year. It's hard to believe.
It's another year, Gordy. This is our 13th all-male cast play. We started in 2005, and I took a sabbatical for a couple of years. We were on vacation, but it's good to be back and having fun with the guys. You
took a vacation during the Cannon Valley Players event?
It was hard to do. One year we were down in St. Thomas, and I thought about them as they were putting on the play. I had a hard time enjoying myself.
I'm sure. St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And it was probably cold then, too, here.
Yeah, yeah.
So other than that, you've been in this every year?
Yeah. This is the 13th year, so I've been there 11 years, yeah.
Yeah. Dave, can you tell us a little bit about Asgrow and all the good things you do?
Yeah, we're the DeKalb and Asgrow dealer here by Morristown. And this is actually will be our 30th year since my dad started. And so we've been here a lot of years and always have plots and always try the new things, trying to keep up with the fast pace of agriculture.
I'm guessing that you're pretty busy right now.
Yep. Busy now. All the seed is almost in, so now I got to get ready for all the guys.
Got to make those deliveries.
Yep.
But if people haven't done that yet, they should give you a call?
If they haven't ordered yet, absolutely.
Yeah, the number is?
My number is 507-339-2152.
Although I guess you probably have all your orders in, pretty much.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah. All right. Certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You got
enjoy doing this.
Every kind of seed imaginable.
All the corn and soybeans, so good thing this year most everything's still available. A lot of stuff is. So
anything new on the market that people should be aware of?
As far as varieties?
Yes.
There are new varieties every year, and the big one this year is the Extend soybeans, which are dicamba resistance along with the Roundup. So that's the biggest news and the newest stuff out there now.
And you can get it right here in Morristown.
Yep.
All right. We're going to visit a little bit with Mark Moore. Are you in the play?
I have never been in the play because I like to say I don't have enough time. So how's that?
Well, that's very good. Mark, you guys going to draft him one of these years or what?
Well, I don't know if we could draft him or not. Maybe we could. He has to learn to maybe dress a little different than he is right now. So.
Oh, my. So are you a lady in this?
I am in this play. I am. Seems like I get a lady's part more often than not.
Because you have a mustache.
Maybe. Maybe my legs look good. I don't know.
See, now, if you shave the mustache, you may not be a lady.
Well, that could possibly be, too.
That's my guess.
That might be.
So you want to tell us about your character?
As most people know, in the play Robin Hood, you have a character of the Merry Men that's called Will Scarlet. Well, I'm kind of, I'm a Will Scarlet, but my name is Willa Scarlet, which gives me the lady in Scarlet. So,
well, I'll be darned. You know, I forgot my watch today.
You forgot your watch?
My watch.
Okay.
So I'm looking at my cell phone and thinking we probably should send it back to the studios. Believe it or not, we're going to have a market report today.
Well, that sounds good.
So we're going to send it back there, and we can come back until the end of the show, the top of the hour. We'll visit with all these cast members and learn more about the trial of Robin Hood.
Council.
9:38 at KDHL. Let's head back over to the Morristown City Hall and Gordy Cosfeld for more of today's AM Minnesota.
Thanks, John. We are at Morristown City Hall. This is the site, the Morristown Community Center, actually, but we're in the City Hall portion of the Community Center, and we're visiting with various folks involved in the Cannon Valley Players presentation of the Trials of Robin Hood. That's the play this year. It'll be held this Friday and Saturday night at 7, and then the matinee on Sunday at 2 here at the Morristown Community Center. Mike O'Rourke joins us, and Mike, I assume you've been involved in this every year, too.
Yeah, I've been part of it since 2005, since the beginning. Just started out as an extra the first year and sort of did a little bit of everything through the parts. Had a good time.
You've had leads, I'm sure.
No, yeah, one year I actually did. It wasn't a big lead, but I was. So, yep.
And now you're kind of helping organize it?
Yeah, I do. We all pretty much help do a lot of the organizing, but I sort of gather everybody together, let them know what's going on, and order all the books and stuff, and sort of take care of the money ends of it. So
do you guys all sit down and decide what play you're going to do? Who does that?
Usually I'll send a text out about the first part of the year, actually right before the new year, and saying let's get together, and I'll bring like 5-6 magazines from different vendors, and it has all their cast or all their plays in it, and we sort of go through it. We tried doing that this year, but one gentleman thought he knew what play we should do, and it's his fault if it don't turn out. So he's here with us today. So we've been blaming him all along, so we ain't going to stop now.
And you're not going to name him on this show, though?
No, I won't put Tim on the spot.
But it's been a lot of fun, and I see that you even have in your program here, you've raised a lot of money over the years for the community.
Yeah, since 2005, we've raised a little over $37,000, so we feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And where does this money go?
Our local Sunday schools, the youth programs, some Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, after prom parties. We are this year trying to redo our playground set up in downtown or down in our park, so some might go to there. But I guess, am I forgetting anything, Mark? I don't believe so. I think we got most of them covered there. So Skywarn, yep.
So it sounds like most of it's gone toward youth.
Yes, yep. We try aiming that. Got a pretty big cast this year of 35 people. It's probably going to be, we say it every year, the biggest one ever, but I'm almost positive this is. There's 41 different characters, so a few of them play a few different parts.
Are you one of those?
No, I'm not. I have one part. So,
by you, Mark?
No, I can barely handle one part myself. If I had to have two different names, I'd probably be confused.
Does Dan have more than one?
You know, I shouldn't say I don't have two parts, but I kind of do, but I just don't have lines in the other parts. So I got to dress costume a little different, but no lines.
Are you more than one person in this?
Nope, I'm the soldier. One soldier, the strong soldier.
That's it?
Yeah, that's enough.
No women parts?
Not this year. I have had. We even shaved our mustache one year for a woman's part. That was the first time we'd done that, and our parents didn't recognize us.
No kidding.
It was a surprise to them, too.
I'll bet it was. They hadn't seen you since you were a wee kid without a mustache.
Yep.
Because you started that when you were like 14, right?
Yeah, 11, 12, 14, 19, something like that.
That's what I thought. Anyway, who directs this? By the way, maybe we should have you introduce yourself here.
I'm Tim Dale. I play Robin Hood, one of the Robin Hoods. There are 3 Robin Hoods in this play. And I am the original Robin Hood, who is on trial. King Richard comes back, and there is a trial to see if Robin Hood is guilty or innocent. And the whole play centers around his recollection of it, and then Maid Marian's recollection of it, and then finally the sheriff of Nottingham's recollection of the events that occurred. And in the end, it's going to be a little interesting because there are 3 different endings, and depending on which performance you get to, you're going to see a different ending, and that's going to be determined by a member of the audience.
So you could go to every night and you'll have a different ending.
Listen, this is the way the play's always been. You can go every night and it's a different play every single time, whether it's because a guy forgets his lines and starts making stuff up, or just because we decide to be silly. If you go to every performance, you're going to see a different play.
That's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm. This play is directed by Jim Housen. He's been doing it for the last, I think, 6 years. I'm not sure, but for a while now. He's an excellent director, does a very good job trying to keep us all in line. And, I mean, we've got a ton of support on this. Bob Meschke does the lights, and Todd Schmicke does the soundboard and other things. And we've even got Steve Nordmeyer doing sound effects this year, which is a new thing for us in the sound effects department. It's going to be an interesting play. And I also, just fair warning, I did not pick this play out. Mike O'Rourke is telling lies. So if it is something that's not the audience's cup of tea, I would highly recommend blaming Mike O'Rourke.
Yeah. Okay. So you get to shoot arrows and everything?
There is quite a few arrows getting shot in various directions during this play, and so far nobody's lost an eye. There's been some close calls, but we'll try and keep them out of the audience.
All right. That sounds like fun. So Brian's sitting next to you. Ryan Dale. And what do you do in this play?
I'm playing Prince John this year.
Prince John.
Yes.
So how does it feel to be a prince?
Kind of odd, but at least I'm not wearing a dress this year for once.
Gotta like that.
It's a change of pace. The tights are still going to be a little odd.
Oh, that's right. All the guys got to wear tights in this, don't they?
Yes.
That's part of the whole Robin Hood thing.
Yes, men in tights.
Well, the ladies would probably like that.
Maybe not.
You heard that.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to repeat?
Maybe not.
That's what Mark said. Maybe not. So you obviously enjoy doing this, or you wouldn't do it every year.
Oh, yes, it's a blast. All the guys are great. It's a great way to break up the monotony of a winter. And just simply to get out and do something for charity, it makes you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'll bet it does. Because you're doing something positive for the community and you're having fun doing it.
Yes.
The place will be packed, I'm sure. It usually is, right?
Yes. It's we tend to keep saying we keep getting a bigger and bigger crowd, but I do want to mention Mike O'Rourke's wife, Adrienne. She does a whole lot for us with helping us actually remember our lines. So she should be given credit for helping us to make it look good.
So she's your teleprompter?
Correct. She is the front row with the script in hand and correcting us a lot.
How many rehearsals do you have for this?
The last week before the play, we have practice every single night. Generally speaking, we try to get going as soon as possible with rehearsals as soon as we get the scripts in hand at the beginning of the year. So the beginning to the middle of January, all the way right up to the day before the play.
So total number would be?
About 6 weeks, twice a week, and then the last week every night. So, what? Yeah, 20-ish.
Or so? Okay.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Get out, have a good time, pretend to be different people. Kind of confuse you after a while. Your dreams get really weird.
I'll bet. So does your director, Jim, pick out who does what role, or do you get to pick your roles?
We have a night where we get together with the scripts, and we all take a look at it, anybody who's interested, and we try to argue between each other who would be best for which part and which one we actually want to do. So, and I've never been a villain, so I figured it might be a fun change of pace.
Right. And you get to be a guy.
That's another fun change of pace.
Yeah. When you had to be a woman all the time. Wear a dress.
Yes. Thankfully, I don't have to shave my legs this year.
You mean you've done that before?
No, I have no hair on my legs anyway.
Oh, okay.
A little too much information there for you.
Yeah, I really didn't need to hear that. So, Tim, you're the real Robin Hood. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's correct. And basically, like I said, the king comes back and he wants to know what happened while he was gone on his crusade. And then a trial happens, and I tell my side of the story, and then Maid Marian tells her side of the story, and finally the sheriff tells his side of the story, and then it gets decided which one is more believable.
This is an all-male cast.
All-male cast, so you get to see... Well, actually, it's kind of a treat this year because everybody's going to be showing off their legs this year. Since we're in tights, and you've got the women, too, so whether you got good legs or bad legs, they're going to be showed off, and probably didn't sell a lot to the show that time when I said that, but that's the way it is. It's just a great time, and you're going to laugh. You're going to definitely laugh.
Maid Marian is Jay Thompson.
Yes, does an excellent job. He plays a good she in just this setting. So he does an excellent job, and he's got quite a few lines, and he's really getting it down.
So Maid Marian is obviously your love interest.
Of course, yep.
Is there a romantic scene in this?
Well, Yes, but yeah, I say that cringingly, but yes. At one point in time, there's a hug, which nobody's interested in, but we have to do it because it's in the script. But there is one lone hug throughout this, but that is it.
There's
no kissing.
No kissing.
No, of course not. Ugh.
Not even a fake kiss.
Not even a fake kiss. No, too much facial hair.
No. Well, I can imagine that would be tough to do, wouldn't it?
yeah. But no, it's like I said, if you come to the show, which I encourage everyone to, it's a real treat, and I think you're gonna really enjoy it.
You have kids?
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you what. I think it was 2 years ago. I said, "Well, I'm getting pretty busy this year, girls. I don't think I'm going to be in the play." And they said, "What?" And I was in the play. So that's the way it is. So I'm forced to be in the play from my daughters. They just love it.
They love watching you. Up there.
They come to every performance, and they without a doubt get upset if they cannot make a performance.
I'm going to guess, Mike, that you guys have some hellacious cast parties.
Yeah, we after our Saturday night performance, we have a cast party just to sort of treat everybody for putting so much time into this play. So our local Old Town Tavern caters it. Tom, he's also in the play, so he caters us a meal, and we all just sort of get together and talk about what kind of idiots we make of ourselves.
Right. Is that here?
Yep, right here, right after the performance on Saturday night. We do that for our cast members.
So now, when you get together these books for the various plays, when do you start doing that?
Late December, we pick the play out, and usually right after the first of the year, I get the books in, and then I put the number of lines and their name and male or female on the book, like Mark's got here. He's got 30 lines, and it's a female part, and then we'll come up here and lay them on this very table, and usually the earlier guys get the choice of their part because they're here first, so if you're late, you're usually going to be a woman with a lot of lines.
Oh, that's how that works. There's a method to all the madness.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to visit a little bit with Dave here again and find out some more about Asgrow and all the good things you do. So you tell us what you want to tell us about Asgrow and DeKalb.
Well, like I said, we've been here for 30 years. My dad started with my other two brothers and I, and then took over. So we've been the local dealer here, True and Blue, for all that time. Try to run an honest business and treat everyone fair, and I think that's a big part in today's world.
Yeah, well, that's the bottom line, right?
Yep.
Just want to treat everybody right.
Treat everyone right, and you got to treat everyone nice, you know.
Have you always had the same brand for all 30
years? We've always
years?
sold DeKalb. Dad started with DeKalb, and then we picked up the Asgrow brand probably in 96, 97, somewhere in that area.
So obviously you like the brand. You wouldn't still be with it all these years.
Yep, we've had very good luck with it. DeKalb's been a leader in the corn, and Asgrow's been a very strong leader in the beans side, too.
So if you're doing something else, you might want to try.
Yeah, never hurts to try new things.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Including plays.
Yeah. That's great for all the guys. And it's fun to come to them. We love coming to them every year. Our boys love it. They, just like Tim said, our kids love coming. In fact, my boy's in Bemidji at college, and he's coming home for the play.
Just for that?
Just for the play. So not to see his mom and dad, just for the play.
Is he in the play?
He's never been in it, no.
Oh, okay.
Nope, he's just coming home to watch it.
Huh. I mean, Dan, do you ever have kids in the play?
Yeah, I got one son that has been in the play a few years. They aren't this year, but yeah, he's been in it a few years before.
So is that kind of fun to be in the play with your kids?
Absolutely. At one time, I think we had 3 generations in here. Bob Meschke and Randy Meschke and Anthony. So we had 3 generations at one time in here. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Father, son. Yeah, and at one time we had Ronnie Miller, who was actually in the plays years and years ago in the old community center. Ronnie Melkert, I'm sorry, in the old community center, and he actually did one of the plays that he did back then in the 60s. And so we did the same thing, and so it was fun when he was in here too.
So did you guys make the set that I took pictures of in there?
Every single year all the guys get together and do the set, and they're second to none. Chuck Larson, who actually plays down at Faribault
Oh, sure.
at the theater over there. Some of his guys came and looked at it and couldn't believe that we had put sets up. And yeah, it's really nice. We have a good time doing it, and it doesn't take too long anymore. They threw the set together in probably 3-4 hours, and then one evening they came and painted. A bunch of guys were painting, and a bunch of guys were moving stuff around, and yeah, it's amazing.
Looks like you're in the woods.
Yeah, that's what the whole idea is supposed to be.
Yep, in the woods. So, Mark, does Jim sit down and do drawings of sets, or you guys just kind of brainstorm amongst yourselves?
We kind of brainstorm, and then Mike O'Rourke, he gets on his computer and kind of enlarges things and looks at things, and will do some drawings as he projects them on the walls of the set. And then we just grab a bunch of paint from the recycling center, and
sure,
we don't pay for a lot on the set. We got a low budget when it comes to our set. Everybody brings in 2x4 screws, nails, whatever we need, and we throw it together. And the hay rack, we even got a hay rack under there, believe it or not, because you couldn't have enough set underneath, so we needed a hay rack. So made that work, and you wouldn't know it because the set actually looks very, very good when you look at our sets.
Yeah, I took a nice picture of it there, and we'll get it up on our website promoting the Trials of Robin Hood.
Yeah, we want to really invite everybody out to see this. The people that do come to this play, they think it's very good because of the laughter they get in the middle of the winter off of this thing. And remember that the cause is great, too, that the proceeds go back to the community. And so even if you don't care for our play, which I don't know if anybody's ever walked out and said that from the smiles and the laughter we get after the play. Everybody enjoys coming out and seeing it.
Oh, sure. It's $10 for adults. Seniors and students get in for $7. Those under 10 get in for $3. And I'm assuming you don't have any pre-sales. It's all at the door, right?
Nope, there's no pre-sales. You just come to the door. I believe the doors open an hour before. So at approximately 6 o'clock on your Friday and Saturday and approximately 1 o'clock on Sunday, the doors will open. Come in and buy your tickets. There's no saved seats, so come in and get your seats as you buy your tickets.
The other neat thing about the community center here, there are no bad seats.
No, there's not, and we've tried to update the speakers from years to time with donations from this play to the community, to our city building here. So we've updated some speakers in there and updated some microphones on the stage, and to try to make it sound better. We always try to make a better sounding play for the audience.
Yeah, well, it's one of the critical thing. You got to be able to hear if you're going to enjoy a play.
Absolutely. So be polite when you're sitting to the person next to you. You can laugh, and we'll try not to say our lines when the crowd is laughing, but try to be polite to your neighbor and not a lot of talking, and keep them cell phones off so you can pay attention to what's going on that stage.
Yeah. In fact, it would be nice to just leave the cell phone in the car.
Yeah, that'd be your best bet. You wouldn't want to get shot by an arrow. It is Robin Hood. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But they're not real arrows. They're rubber arrows, right?
Whatever you say. Yes. Safety first.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm assuming they're rubber.
You keep assuming. That's good. That's good. Like I said, safety first. That's all we're about.
You'll find out if you come, I guess. Again, the performances are Friday and Saturday night at 7, and a Sunday afternoon matinee at 2. Which is the matinee the most attended, or?
Actually, no, it isn't. They all three are usually, if the weather's decent and we don't have the big snowstorms and stuff, usually all three plays will have 300 probably plus in attendance.
And Brian, I don't know if you were in the play the year that the big blizzard hit, a 14-incher? How many years ago was that?
5 years ago, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got to bring the director home since his truck was stuck in the driveway.
Yeah. But you still had a good crowd, if I remember right.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. I think we had 270 that night. It was lower than normal, but it was still quite substantial.
That's amazing. So, what did you learn, Tim, about playing Robin Hood?
What did I learn? Try not to aim for people's eyes when you're shooting your arrow. That would be one thing.
Yeah.
But
aim at the chest.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There isn't really much to learn. It's more just to enjoy on this play. You're not going to gain anything mentally on this, but you're going to really laugh. That's the key.
It's a cabin fever buster.
Oh, you will get out of the house and you're going to have a good time. Bring the whole family down. It's a good, clean show, and they're going to really enjoy it.
And I see you got some treats in there too already. There's a crock pot in there, and
well, we got to eat while I think I've gained 20 pounds during this already, which doesn't really bode well for the tights, but it works out. We always eat well as a cast.
So what's going to happen to the tights when the play's over?
I am not wearing them again.
You guys going to have a burn the tights? Hey, that's an idea for a fundraiser too. You could charge admission and burn the tights and roast marshmallows and everything.
I don't know. We are pretty close to the fire department. They go up pretty fast too. So
yeah, that's probably true. Well, I better boogie out of here, and I sure appreciate you guys having us here today over at the City Hall. Again, thanks to Morris & Son Seeds for sponsoring our program from Morristown's Community Center.